We're on. Well, there you go. Apologies for the late start. It is my absolutely rubbish internet connection I've got down here at the moment. I've got to pay the bill is what we got to do. But we're back for another Thursday Night Live. With myself, we have the Mad Mistake. We have Michael Bowers. We have Jack Dodds. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Dino, Mr. Doom and Gloom, is on his way. Of course, he's been out delivering parcels for Amazon, and he's just running a little bit late, so he's going to be joining us soon.
His punctuality is great, like.
Oh, terrible. So don't forget, of course, we are live, which means we're available on the live chat. If you want to join in the show, get yourself on there. As soon as I can see it on my computer, we'll include you. We'll give you a shout out if we can. We're here to talk football, and it wasn't a very happy night on Tuesday. Shrewsbury Town 2, Sunderland 1. Absolutely gutted. Michael Bowers, you can start off. Your thoughts on that then?
Oh, do I have to talk about this? I don't know what it is. I said in my own video that I'm kind of at the point of, I feel a bit apathetic because the amount of time, what was it, the last 3 games, we've chucked away the lead in all of these games. And it's like, we've chucked 7 points. Well, I looked at the stats just to depress myself even more. We've chucked 15 points away from winning positions this season.
Sorry, Michael. Can I just jump in?
By all means.
If you're going to use words like apathetic on this channel, then you're going. You know what I mean? What does it mean?
Apathetic means I don't care. Means apathy.
Thank you very much. All right, it's just for the thick one here.
Trying to be just English literate.
Right, there you go. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, we've chucked away 16 points from winning positions this season, and we've chucked 5 away against MK Dons. I know you can argue, for example, Gillingham. I know everyone was going about, well, wouldn't have deserved to have won that game, but quite frankly, I don't care. You're going 2-1 up into the late stage of the game. I think Jack said this before as well. You hold on to the win. Simple as that for me. Shrewsbury. I didn't see much of the game. What I did watch, I did actually see the 2 goals were conceded, so you can blame me for us losing. But what Matthews, I don't understand. I didn't personally agree with the calls to get Matthews in ahead of Burge, because although I don't think Burge is particularly great, because I think we should have kept John McLaughlin, Matthews, what's he doing for the first one? No authority when he tries to come for the ball, and just leaves the defence completely exposed. Awful goalkeeping, absolutely awful. I don't want to slate the lad, but I'm going to anyway. Absolutely awful. I know you don't want us to swear. So the second one, awful defending from a winning position, not good enough. And at this point, I said I've written off top 2. I think at this point we might have to start thinking about writing off top 6 if this continues.
Shut up, Michael.
Every time
we've got a new Dominator.
You can't keep chucking leads away and thinking it's acceptable, because it isn't. It's ridiculous. So if Sunderland, if you're watching this, can you actually bother to hold on to a lead when you get it for once, please?
Right. Well, Michael Bowers. Not making top 6. Behave yourself. Quickly on the chat, we've got to say hello to the Bristolian Mackham. Hello there. How you doing? The adopted Mackhams in there. Jalsy, hi to Jalsy, top YouTuber. Where's Conrad? Well, Conrad tonight, all right, is having a bit of time with his wife, a bit of early Valentine's time. Don't ask. I don't know. Conrad's back on our Sunday
what
show.
You and Karen will be doing later, I'm guessing.
Behave yourself. Just back in your box. All right. So if you want to share it on the chat, Lauren Kelly on there as well. Hi to you lot. Thanks for joining in. Shrewsbury Town 2, Sunderland 1. The Mad Mistake. What happened, man?
Go on, Terry. Go on. Rant.
4-2-2-2. That's what happened. It's an absolutely terrible system. I don't think the players believe in that system one single bit. I'm starting to think the players are starting to lose faith in Lee Johnson already. They do not want to play from. I don't think on Tuesday there wasn't one player at all, apart from Jones, who looked half decent, that actually put a shift in. And I can't believe for the life of me, how do you get the starting lineup wrong? How was that a technical error? How was a bit of paper, team sheet, boom, out there. How did you get it wrong? That's bollocks. I thought Scotland was probably going to start in the first place. Luke 09 was probably going to start, and they changed their mind. That's the way I say it anyway. Luke 09 should be the first man down on that team sheet every single goddamn game. If he doesn't start on Saturday, there's something seriously wrong somewhere. Because he's the only player that gives a shit. Them other ones are just wandering around the park. Scowen has square boots. He needs to go to Sports Direct and buy some proper shoes because he can't get the ball straight. I don't even know what he's looking at. Is he wearing contact lenses? I honestly need to get some because his pattern is absolutely, it's getting worse. It's terrible. It's rotten. And Matthews, come on, Matthews should never ever start a game of football for Sunderland ever again. Ooh. 3 rotten mistakes in so many games. How many has he started? 5 matches, 4 matches? He's made 3 howlers. It should have been 4 howlers. The referee, the linesman, kind of felt sorry for Matthews. That was my take on it. He knew he made a crisp packet hands for the first goal.
Yeah.
Oh, go under his belly for the second goal. He thought, I can't have this. He's going to get loads of stick off the mad mistake. Just that offside. Give him a little bit of a break. But Matthews, come on, Matthews. Wow. I know he's probably a nice lad, and he's, I don't want to slate him too much, but as football in terms goes, he's not up to League One standard, simple as. Pattinson should be in the side. I'd give Pattinson the start all day long against Doncaster Rovers because, I still don't know what Burge has done wrong, but nobody seems to like Burge either. So for me, I think Patterson up to the 3 is probably the best one with the most potential anyway. So Patterson should start. But the players just didn't want to win. The players for me are playing to stay in League One. They need to show something more. We've been playing poor all season. That was the worst pile of rubbish I've seen all season. It was absolute garbage. Absolute garbage.
All right then. All right. So you don't want to slate Remy Matthews, but you don't think he should ever play a game for Sunderland again.
I agree with it.
That's very good of you. Quickly as well on Jacob. Jacob is working late tonight. Apparently he messaged us earlier and he can't make it. But of course, we're all still here. It's just work commitments and stuff like that. Back on the chat, quick shout out to Keisha Cameron Jude. Hello, Keisha. We've got to give a shout to Andrew Robbins, the serial online shopper. I did actually deliver a parcel to him today, and we said we'd give him a mention. And so there you go. Andrew Robbins, there's your shout out. Jack, then.
Mr. Challenge 25.
25.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great, that.
Long time since you were 25, Phil.
Yeah, it's a long time. Long time. So Shrewsbury 2, Sunderland 1. Thoughts, Jack?
Well, I was going to give a quick shout out on the live chat to David Walker for saying he better start with 4-2-2 on Saturday. But now he's changed it back to say he better not start. So I'm not very happy about that because I thought that was quite funny. But I think for the first time for me, for the very first time, I thought Lee Johnson got it completely wrong. When I first seen the lineup come through, hello, Dino. When I first seen the lineup come through, I was quite pleased to see Scowen and 09 together as the 2 centre midfielders. He took them out and put Ledbetter. And as much as I don't actually mind this formation we're playing, I don't think it's like something that's like definitely never ever going to work. But it's not going to work if you've got Grant Ledbetter playing because he kind of play with just one other centre midfielder. If he's got 2 centre midfielders next to him, he's fine. But he's not got the legs anymore to only have 1 centre midfielder next to him. So I was quite disappointed with the lineup, to be honest. I thought in the first half we went in, half time 1-0. We were okay. We had a few chances. They had a few chances, but I think we dealt with everything fine. And then we came out in the second half and we just completely fell away. But more than anything, it was Remy Matthews. I know Dino disagrees with Zay, but I've said I don't think that the goal that was scored by Chapman, I don't think that was Matthews' fault. I think that was more down to Vokins not marking him. Vokins again who had an awful debut, but an awful game after his debut as well. But Matthews again with those silly errors. It seems like every single time we play him, he makes an error. As much as I don't get the criticism of Burge, absolutely don't play Matthews. If you're going to play anyone, at least play Patterson. Would be my thoughts on it because I just think he cost us that game really with that mistake from coming out to try and punch the ball and he just completely missed it.
Right, fair enough. I saw a comment today from, and I think it was from Lee Johnson, where it said he played with David James, and he dropped the ball 100 times, you know, and he got all this Calamity James and all that, but caught the ball 10,000 times, and it's people sort of remembering the 100 balls what were dropped or whatever. But we're going to come on. We're going to come on to the goalkeepers anyway in a sec. What I want to also do, I'd like to give a shout out to Frankie Francis and Danny Collins. Of course, they commentate on the live stream, and we know that they're actually watching tonight. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want some tips on your commentating, watch the Mad Mistake when he does his live stream.
No. One instead. Watch this one instead.
Oh, well, you can watch this one, and then everything we do it differently, and you'll have a cracking career. You'll be all right. Right, so we've been joined by, it says the Dominator down there. He's Amazon's finest. And
you know it's one and only. He's
just got in. What do we expect? I mean, we got beat. I mean, even when we win, Dino brings it down. So what's it going to be like tonight, Dino? 2-1 to Shrewsbury. Thoughts on the game, mate?
A bit of both. I mean, we created chances. Their keeper made some great saves. It's good to see we're creating chances, but the game on a whole, I mean, like you say, the team lineup, I mean, what was going on there, man? I mean, you had McLaughlin playing power on the bench, 09 in the middle, and when the team came, there was like 3 pick and changes. I mean, how can you get it wrong? I just don't get it. I mean, I know people are going on about 4-2-2-2, but I remember when under Parkinson, we were desperate to play 2 up front, and now all of a sudden we don't. So I don't know, like, you can't win because loads of people are moaning that we need 2 up front and Charlie White scoring when he's got 2 up front, but now we're so defensively naive where we're conceding goals. But Remy Matthews, I mean, what's going on there, man? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, people are saying Remy Matthews is better than Lee Burge. I mean, have a word with yourself, man. Remy Matthews has played in every game and only probably not made a mistake in one of them. He's made a mistake in every single one. And I'm not having this. I'll play Patterson. Patterson's an unproven goalkeeper. Do you want to put him in goal? He has a nightmare and everyone goes in on him and he loses all his confidence and he doesn't want to play football. He needs to go on loan. You need to do him League 2, see what he's like in there, and then give him a try in League 1. You can't just stick him straight in because if he has a nightmare, everyone's going to be on his case. The bloke will lose all his confidence. Lee Burge is the number 1. Come to terms with it. Lee Burge is better than both of them. And for Lee Burge to be dropped, I haven't the faintest idea why he got dropped, because he's the new scapegoat. He's the new scapegoat. I mean, Matthews made the first error where he came out of the penalty spot, tried to punch it and totally missed it. But yeah, people are saying that he wasn't at fault for the second goal. The second goal, the ball bounced on the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line. So you're telling me you can come out at the penalty box, try and claim a ball, but you can't claim a ball at the 6-yard line. I don't get it. Yeah, Vogels was out of position, but Matthews should have come out and claimed that. In my opinion, he should have come out and claimed it. It's bounced on his 6-yard box. How can you not come out and claim that? And overall, I mean, O'Brien took his goal well, but it's still a shit result. It's a shit result. Simple as that.
You know, look at the name.
Thanks,
look at
Dino. David K on the chat says, "Well said, Dino." He agrees with you. He agrees with you
I've
there.
I've just clicked on.
Robert Punchin says their keeper was meant to be fair. We did say that on our live stream. I mean, you know, he made some cracking saves, and we could have, you know, we could have actually won it. The chances we had if it wasn't for him. Are you trying to get in there, Jack? Or do you want? Do you want the toilet?
No.
Right.
I'm not asking for a toilet break, sir. No, their keeper, you know, it was between him and Matthews. Apparently, it's a toss-up between who we're going to sign, Matthews instead of him. So that's worked out brilliantly.
Oh, that was really good. Trisha M on the chat says, it's not over till the fat lady sings. Karen, shut up.
I knew he was going to do that.
She's going to kill us. I know she is. Right then. So, all right then. So, it was a bad day. I mean, does it not sum up as well the state of our club, though? The fact that, I mean, this team sheet, because we were all baffled when we did the live stream, like, look 09 and Scowen in the middle and all that, and then all of a sudden he's on the bench and whatever. And anyway, it turns out to be a clerical error. We can't even get the team sheet right. Whose fault is that? Was that? Does anybody know exactly what happened there? Mad mistake?
I don't believe it was a clerical error at all. That's just my opinion. Nobody makes mistakes like that. How backward has this club got to be to do mistakes like that?
Well,
I think someone changed their mind.
Well, I guess you could call it.
I'm gonna say, Jack. The team has to be announced an hour before, so surely they've had an hour to look at this and realise it's wrong. So there's something away somewhere. Jack, you was wanting in.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't just a mistake. It was a mad mistake.
Get off now.
No, it was the biggest mistake not start Luke 09. How does Luke 09 not get a start?
Right, hang on. Right, listen, I'm gonna go to Remy Matthews, #1 fan, then I'll come to you, Michael. Dino.
No, Remy Matthews, #1 fan, not Dino. No.
All right. Go on then.
Doesn't it just sum up this club how pathetic it is that we can't get a team sheet wrong? I mean, this just sums up the club. You can't get a team right. I mean, we were all going, is Luke 09 injured? He clearly wasn't. He clearly wasn't injured because he came on and he put him at left centre back. Please explain to me what Luke 09 has to do to play in centre midfield for a full 90 minutes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Right, hang on. We'll go to Michael, then we'll come to you, Terry. Michael?
Terry, you do remember when you said that, what was it that, you don't think the club would make an error like that? Do you not remember that when we played Oldham or something, that we started Sanderson on the team sheet and then realised he's cup tied and then was like, oh crap, he has to come out. It's just
a random bloke off the streets who's being dragged in to pay a minimum wage to do all these kind of jobs. Have you got any PC experience? No, I've got a laptop. Bring it in, and we'll just do it. We'll get some random bloke with a laptop. It's mad. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. I've got one here. Look. Should I do the team sheets? Should I do the team sheets for against Doncaster? Even I wouldn't make a mistake like that.
Terry,
possible. How is it possible to make a mistake?
Terry, here's a question: can your laptop play in goal by any chance? Can we have your laptop in goal instead of Remy Matthews?
Got a stronger hand than Matthews.
What's Phil doing?
Phil's frozen.
He's just dying.
I think Phil's just laughing himself too hard.
He's just dying with laughter.
Come on, Phil, snap out of it. We've got a show to get on with.
We need our host back.
Is he froze? He's froze on mine.
No, he's froze, yeah. It's just a picture of his head.
He's just disconnected his internet. He's disconnected his internet.
Anyway, I've heard that the takeover is almost complete, almost finished, and Louis Dreyfus, we're going to see a lot more about him, a lot more of him, because he's going to move to the northeast. Anybody heard any news that on the lines?
Well,
not much more than that, no.
I was going to say, with him being there last night, I think he flew over from France to go to Shrewsbury and watch us play in the snow. Like, just an average League One game, like Shrewsbury away, it's not exactly like the biggest game in the world. Do you know what I mean? I think that shows a lot that things must be really far down the line. Like, if he's actually came to the game, I think that's a huge sign. Like,
there's pictures of him at the game, isn't there? There's pictures of him at the game. Do you reckon he got there right and went, where the hell am I? I thought it was supposed to be big stadiums, and I'm in here. It's just, I mean. Yeah. I hope it does go through, but like you say, the AFL are taking the piss.
What are we on now? Because I missed that. I've
Takeover.
We're just saying about Dreyfus being at the match against
who Dreyfus?
Northeast, and he's going to take complete control of the club and get rid of all these stupid clerical errors.
What? There's one thing though. I mean, there's been question marks over the takeover, and because of the length of time it's taken, right? Surely him now being at the game on Tuesday, that's a good. So I'm just looking at what name we've got on there. That's a good thing. It must be going through, yes, and pretty quick. Is that what we're saying?
There's something from Sky Sports. Is Keith? Is that what's Keith's second
Keith
name
Downey.
on Sky Sports?
Keith Downey.
Lee
Keith
Johnson.
Downey.
Hey? Must be him. He said Lee Johnson, on soon-to-be SAFC owner Kirill Louis Dreyfus, is one of the most well-rounded 24-year-olds I've ever met. Every contact I have with Kirill, he impresses me more and more. He has a sound board behind him. I'm confident in his motives and ideas at Sunderland SAFC. It reminds me of my time watching my dad playing and managing with a front row seat. Kirill has had that with his family all throughout the years and his ownership at Marseille and Club Bruges. So he seems pretty happy that it's going to be complete soon.
Who's his dad? It's the Ian Dowie.
Lee Johnson.
Oh, he said that. Oh, he's that right. I thought it was
Lee Johnson was with his dad.
Right. All right. But it's got to be looking good now. Did I hear right? Because I just came in from my crap internet connection. You were saying that he intends to move up to the northeast. I kind of see that, or have I?
That's what I've heard. He's going to move.
I've heard that.
You'll see loads more of him. He's going to move to the northeast. I don't know if that's true or not. That could just be a rumor, but I've heard it.
What's he going to do? Put his yacht in Seaburn Marina, Roker Marina down there. I mean,
it'll be alongside yours, Philly.
Yeah, right. Me pedal. Aye.
You can play it down, Phil. We all know what the truth is.
Delivered by Hermes.
Right, behave yourself, Amazon person. Right, so it's got to be close. I mean, there was a AFL headquarters, weren't there, apparently as well. Michael, are you optimistic now? Because I know you've had enough talk of this takeover, but I mean that was a good signing being the match, surely, wasn't it?
You'd like to think so, but my skepticism is that we've been told, oh, it's nearly done, oh, it's done, oh, it's done, oh, it's done. We've been told it about dozens of times, and the deadline keeps getting later and later and later and later. So I'm kind of waiting. I'm just kind of waiting for it to be officially announced. But if he is at the game, then that either has to be a good sign or it's a very, very bizarre coincidence that he's at the game. One of the two.
Right, but do you not think it's also been a risky strategy, because him being at the game on Tuesday night, he's probably thought, what a load of crap these are. I'm not going to put my money into these. Dino, do you think it's still on or what?
Well, with him being at the game, I mean, don't get us wrong, when them American owners at the game, when the Americans were going to take over as well. So being at the game doesn't really, like, it looks good, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And like you say, it all depends on the AFL. I mean, has the AFL even said it's going through, or is it still in checks with that? I mean, it's a joke, man. I mean, man? It started turning into the Newcastle fiasco where them waited for months and months and now it happened. It's getting the same. It's ridiculous.
Right,
I thought one of that was down here.
Very, very quickly, we'll go to...
You're underage.
All right.
We'll go to Terry in a second. I quickly want to go to the chat. David Walker says it's happening. It's the EFL delaying. Colin Major says Dreyfus is moving next to him in Pennywell. Apparently. Listen, to be honest, Acacia says it's true, Terry is moving to Sunderland. I'll tell you what, if this goes through and KLD moves to the northeast, right, that is got to be the best news ever. It's got to be, because I mean, I know I've said all along, I think if he takes over, I still think that Stuart Donald would run it, and Dreyfus would just sit back and let him do that. But if he moves to the northeast, I think he has every intention of getting his hands dirty. What
if that's the case, Phil.
Oh, sorry, go on, sorry.
If that's the case, Phil, you said as he was watching the game on Tuesday night, it would put him off. You can't tell me. he's got to have watched every single match this season. He knows by now we're shite. So he knows by now he's got a massive job on his hands. I think he'll roll his sleeves up and get stuck in straight away.
Sorry, it was a little bit tongue-in-cheek when I said it'll put him off watching us on Tuesday night. That's all. So I do apologise. Michael, then we'll go to Jack. Michael?
I'll tell you what, I will mention this, though. I think that to support the argument that it is happening, I think if it wasn't happening, we wouldn't have sacked Phil Parkinson, because I couldn't have seen Stuart Donald wanting to pay off his, either A, wanting to pay him off, or B, afford to pay off his contract. So, and I don't know, but my hunch is maybe that Louis Dreyfus would have had a hand in picking Lee Johnson as their successor to Parkinson. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my instinct on that anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you got a fair point there. I don't think Stuart Donald alone, without any backing, could afford to be paying managers off and stuff like that. Jack, you was one in there.
Was that? Well, I'll answer anyway. I mean, I would just largely echo what Michael said. You don't bring in a director of football. You don't sack your manager, bring in a director of football and a new head coach on a long-term contract if you're not looking like you're going to get taken over in the situation we are. To me, though, you know, with how quickly they all seem to happen within each other, it's clear as day. I think that this takeover was going to go through. It's just a matter of time. I don't think we would have sacked Parkinson, brought in Johnson and Speakman, changed the entire way we're running the club if this takeover wasn't really a serious thing.
All right, fair enough. I've got a question for Michael then. Just very quickly though, 168 people on the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Only 41 likes though. We do like to hit at least 100. Take your second, just hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and let's get that up there. So Michael, all right then. A little bit earlier, you said top six is even looking not very good for us. So still quite a bit of the season left. So let's say KLD comes in the next couple of weeks. All right. Surely that's got to then change your opinion, has it?
Well, put it this way, we can't bring any, unless we get free agents, we can't sign anyone till the summer anyway. Put it this way, at the moment, if I had to be pushed to whether I say I think we'll get top six, I'll say no, because of games like Shrewsbury, of games like MK Dons and Gillingham. It's not written off. I mean, how many points do we off it? It's like 2 points or something.
Well, 1 point. We're 1 point, aren't we? 2 points off 6, but we've got a game in hand, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to look at the games in hand thing because first of all, everyone's on different games in hand anyway, and secondly, most historically, whenever we have games, I mean, Tuesday against Shrewsbury was effectively one of the games in hand over Charlton. Didn't take advantage, so just wait and see. It's don't get me wrong, the top six definitely isn't a write off for me, but at the minute, I don't think we'll get it.
Right, okay, fair enough. I know what you're saying about, you know, we the transfer window's closed and we can't bring players in and what have you. But, you know, our team of players should be good enough in this league. It's about getting them motivated and to gel together. And yeah. I know I was going to get onto this, you know, this formation, Lee Johnson's formations. And, you know, Terry's a big... a big fan of the 4-2-2-2 system that he plays. He loves that. But is it still not too early? You know, I mean, he's trying these systems. You know, there's people on social media saying, "Oh, that's it, Johnson out and all this rubbish." You know, I mean, surely he's the man to get these players to gel. Terry, you know, should he scrap this formation or, you know, we went on about Parkinson not making changes and not bringing subs on. You know, is Lee Johnson making too many changes? You know,
I just think 4-2-2 for me. The players have to believe in it and they have to run with it. But I didn't see any high pressing at all on Tuesday. I didn't see the players playing as a team or a unit on Tuesday. I didn't see anything at all from the players on Tuesday. So for me, if you're going to play, like Jack said, if you're going to play Ledbetter, you've got to have the three centre. You've got to have Ledbetter, for me, protecting the defenders, because the defence hasn't been that good and they need that protection. Then have the two lads with a bit of energy just in front. Luke O'Nien has to be one of them. And then have your three, so your 4-3-3. There's no reason why we can't change it to 4-2-2 to 4-3-3. I'm back. I'm fully behind Lee Johnson. I want the lad to succeed, but I don't want them to follow the same system if the players are not good enough or can't understand it or don't believe in it. I mean, how long are we going to play the system until it works? Are we going to drop even further down the table? Doncaster's a massive match on Saturday, and we're playing at home, and our home record's rubbish. So we need to do something different to what we're doing. At the moment, it's not working. Do we keep on playing the broken record? You wouldn't, would you?
No, if it was one of yours, Terry, no.
Come on!
Right, on the chat quickly, Charlie McKeever apparently says we should play 4-4-2. Marley Gibson says effectively the 4-2-2-2 is a 4-4-2. Jack, I think you said something similar to that, did you not? Or was it you, Dino? Dino on the stream. You're saying the 4-2-2-2 is basically a 4-4-2 anyway. Was you saying that, Dino?
Yeah, basically, I mean, every footballer, everyone knows your left mid and your right mid always get back. I mean, even your two who are on the wing are supposed to be a bit further forward, but them still drop back. So when we're attacking, instead of them being on the halfway line, they're just like between the box and the halfway line, so they're a bit further up and they can play a bit narrower or they can go wide. It's entirely up to them, unless they're being instructed to stay out wide or come in narrow. But it is basically the same. But like you say, it is the midfield. I mean, you've got Luke O'Nien, bags of energy. Josh Scowen, bags of energy. Carl Winchester, I still haven't decided on what kind of player he is yet. Grant Ledbetter is just a sitter. I mean, you can't have, if you're playing two in the midfield, you can't have Ledbetter just sitting and having someone else run around. You need two people to do that. So, like you say, it is probably worth playing the three in the middle. But everyone whinged about Phil Parkinson. Oh, we can't play one up front. It doesn't work. Charlie White this, Charlie White that. We're playing two up front. We're scoring goals, but it's making us concede goals as well. So it depends on what you want. Do you want to score goals or just try and keep clean sheets and try and nick one? And I don't believe these set of players are even good enough for top six. I mean, it's the same bunch of players we've had for the 3 seasons. The odd new player. And we're even worse than last season. I mean, playing wise and where we are on the table, it's just got worse and worse and worse every single season.
You know what? Hang on a sec, Terry. That you know what, Dino? We was all happy till you came on and you start telling us about not top six and stuff. Just very quickly before we go to you, Terry, Anthony Rivers. That's not the case. It's water he's on, and it's just pure passion from Terry. Terry, then we'll go to you, Jack. Terry?
No, Dino, spot on. The team's been diluted season by season by Stuart Donald saving a pinch of money, getting in probably worse players than we had when we got down from the Championship, which is obviously he's going to do that, save money, but he's just diluting the team season in, season out. Till now, we're just a bunch of average players in League One. That's all we are. We have one or two gems in there. If Lee Johnson can get the other nuggets to pull out a bit more of passion, a bit more energy, and actually work as a goddamn team, we might have a sniff of a chance of getting into the playoffs. But there is free agents out there. If Grafe has just come in, I had a message today saying Huddleston's free, Ben Hannock's free, Sturridge is free, Nathan Dyer is free. Is there any of those players you would have?
Not Ben Hannock.
Well, Jack, well, what do you reckon? This formation and changes, even changing the winning team and stuff. And to be fair, like I said, we did certainly on here. We slated Phil Parkinson about bringing subs on for the last 5 minutes and all this, and then all of a sudden, Lee Johnson's will bring 4 on together and change it around. But is it too much? And has he got this formation right or what?
Firstly, I don't think he's making too many changes because we're playing 2 games a week, 90 minutes long, 180 minutes of football a week. You need to rotate players because yes, they're athletes, but they're human beings, and we've got enough injuries as it is, especially at centre back. You don't want more players getting injured. Better be safe than sorry. If you're keeping players, if players are getting 60 minutes coming off, or it's like you got to think about the lads who are on the bench. You might have to come in at any moment, but have to play 2 games a week. But if they haven't even played any first team football in weeks, it's going to take them time to adapt. So I think bringing players off the bench is right now exactly what we need to do when we've got so many players, so many games. Sorry. As for the formation, like I don't think it's right for the current squad we've got. I don't think it's the worst formation in the world or whatever, but I just think with the players we've got, it's not going to work. I think we are weakest at the moment at fullback. Both, left back we're playing Jake Vokins, who, to be fair, he's only had 2 games, so I don't want to slate him, but you cannot see he's done anything right. Yeah, but I will. But he hasn't done anything right in those 2 games. And at right back, we kind of seem to have loads of maybe options, like Power. A lot of Power's hit and miss. He's good at some things, he's not good at others. Conor McLaughlin's just a bit slow going forward. 09, I want to see put 09 pushing in midfield. Sanderson looks as if he's going to have to cover at centre back or left back. So I think our fullbacks are the weakest areas of the team. Therefore, to have this 4-2-2 where as opposed to having 2 wingers who can track back, you've got 2 attacking midfielders who aren't really going to get back and defend much. We're getting exposed out on the flanks much, and it's exposing that problem of having weak fullbacks even more. I would like to see us go to a 4-3-3. I think Grant Ledbetter is a great player, but he cannot work in the 2, as I said before. I would like to see us go on a 4-3-3 and look to have Scowen and 09 next to Ledbetter, and then you've got that perfect mix of players who can kind of defend like Scowen can, move the ball a little bit, and then 09 can offer us something big going forward. I would like to see a 4-3-3 myself.
Right, fair dues. Michael, or Super Sexy Bowers, as it says on your...
Very accurate, Michael.
Thanks.
These formations then and all these changes, and like Terry says, how long is he going to spend experimenting? I mean, I keep saying there's still a lot of the season left yet, but it'll fast run out. We've got to quickly find the right formation. What do you think, Super Sexy Powers?
Can't believe that name. How many games is left in the season? How many games have we got left in the league? Is it like just
about 18 or 19 or something like that, surely, is there?
Something like, well, I do agree with Jack to the point where you're having to rotate a little bit, because when's the next time we've got a midweek, a game free?
Do you know what? I don't think we haven't got until the end of the season. I think the end of the season's going to actually have to be extended to fit them in.
Exactly. Next midweek, you've got Lincoln. Then the one after that, I think you've got Fleetwood. Then the one after that, I think you might have like Rochdale, Swindon at home, someone like that. You go. The fact is, we're going to have to rotate the squad, because if we keep playing the same 11 game after game after game after game, when you're playing twice a week, eventually you get, well, granted we're getting injuries anyway, but you're going to get more injuries and you're going to get fatigue and everything. So I do respect that you have to manage the players in that sense. The formation, the 4-2-2-2 doesn't bother us if you have the players to obviously to accommodate in that formation. So if you had someone like, I don't know, as much as I've criticised Scowen, if you had Scowen and 09, for example, there, that as a midfield too, I don't think would be a bad option. If you had, I don't know, McGeady and Jones, or McGeady and Gooch, or Gooch and Jones, whoever, it doesn't matter. But it's all about, can the players fit into the system that you're trying to force onto it? To be fair, I think O'Brien's actually done all right with Charlie Wyke up top. I think that O'Brien's done I know Terry disagrees with me on, I know Terry doesn't like O'Brien, but when he's playing, like I think Jack said this before, he does off the ball things with Charlie Wyke quite well. But again, if you go 4-2-2-2, if you want those 2 up front, what formation do you have? Do you have a 4-2-2? Do you have a 4-4-2, a flat 4-4-2, or whatever? So I don't know. As long as we win games, I couldn't care less what the formation is, to be perfectly honest.
All right, we'll come to you in a sec, Dino. Just quickly on the chat, David Walker says 20 league games left. We've played 26. Thane, fan of the show down there. Thanks, Thane. Great YouTuber as well. If you're happy with 4-2-2-2, then you're happy with us keep dropping points. Yeah, but who's to say, for Lee Johnson, it's tried and tested. It's just, and it might work for him. It's his system. The only thing is like Terry said, how long do you go on trying it before it's too late, before it's all gone? Dino, you was trying to get in there.
Yeah, I know Michael just mentioned Ledbetter and Scowen in the middle. I mean, when the team sheet was announced, I mean, me and Jack were actually excited to see Luke O'Nien and Scowen in the middle, to see if it done anything different to the formation, because you've got two energetic players who will get forward and get back, whereas when Ledbetter plays, he can't do that. So I was really excited to see that, and when it didn't happen, I thought, oh, for God's sake. And on the wingers, I was very disappointed he took Jordan Jones off. I thought Jordan Jones was having a really good game. He was one of our more lively players. I mean, he could have changed it by, because he brought Gooch on, and to be fair, I thought Gooch done nothing. But if you were going to bring him on, I think you should have brought maybe one of the strikers off, either White or O'Brien, keep McGeady on, or put McGeady in the middle. So you drop one of your strikers, you play one up front, put one just behind him like McGeady, or even Gooch. Or you could put Gooch out on the left and put McGeady in the middle. But when he brought Jones off, I thought you've just killed one side of their attack, because Jones was offering so much. I thought he got his substitutes terribly wrong, to be fair.
So what formation would everyone go with then? What with the players we've got now, what would be the best system to use? I'm guessing Jack's saying 4-3-3.
You know what I'd say? I'm a
4-4-2.
4-4-2, just all day. But that's just me. I'm old. But 4-4-2 all day for me.
3-3, probably 4-3-3.
That's what I'd probably go with. If I had to pick one.
Mad mistake?
I just can't see Lee Johnson wanting to drop Scowen or Ledbetter, so I think you're better off going 4-3-3 and bringing 09 as well. And then you accommodate them all, don't you? And I mean, we can score plenty of goals with 4-3-3, especially with Luke 09 in the centre of midfield, a bit of energy in midfield, and say Scowen's defensive tendencies, because if he has to pass the ball more than 15 yards, it goes astray. But I mean, but yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see when the new striker Ross Stewart decides to get fit, hopefully a couple of weeks' time, and get him on the bench, see what he's made of. Just takes another couple of big signings as well. I mean, like I said before, there's plenty of frees out there that could do a hell of a lot better than what we've got at the moment.
I mean,
to be fair, I actually forgot about Stewart. Good point. I forgot about him.
Well, I was going to.
Go on, Will.
I was going to come on to him just now anyway. But the thing is with Luke O'Nien, you know, he's been our best player for a lot of months now, and obviously he wasn't getting played because he wasn't fit, but now he's fit. Do you think Lee Johnson doesn't fancy him, or what?
Well, you can call him fit, so I think you do.
Well, I do, and our lass loves him, and he's a lovely lad. Dino.
Well, Luke O'Nien came out and says he had a conversation with Lee Johnson, and he said it was about an hour-long conversation of where's his best position. So I'm guessing he went, left back, right back, centre mid, striker,
goalkeeper.
Do you know what I mean? So
he's doing better than Matthews.
Lee Johnson rates him, but at the minute he's got to use him as a utility player, because we haven't got a right back, we haven't got a left back. Well, we have got a left back, but he's not playing very well. We're centre backs are getting injured. I mean, he's using the utility player that he is to best effect, but his best position for me, centre midfield. And people still say it's Luke O'Nien. He's not the best technical player, right? And he might once if he has all the technical ability, but nothing else. Technical ability is one attribute. He's got everything else in his locker. He's not the quickest, but he's got bags of energy. He can pick out a pass. He scores goals. I mean, what else do you want? Everyone says he's not technically good. There's not many centre midfielders in this league who are technically good. There's only the odd few, like Scott Fraser. I mean, you've got to work with Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien is probably going to be the heart of the centre midfield once he gets in there.
Well, look, didn't we say when we saw the team sheet on the live stream on Tuesday, and Luke O'Nien was scouting, we thought, get in. We've got to see what this is going to be like. And then it didn't happen. Jack, you want in there?
Yeah, just what Dino was saying. You need physicality in this league. Players don't have to be the best technically to be effective in League One. It's a tough, hard-hit league. You need physicality. You don't necessarily need the players who are the best technical in the world. Have got the best touches and the best crosses and and who can do around players. You need players who got physicality, and that's what Luke O'Nien brings. Plenty of energy, plenty of athleticism. He's got a great jump on him. He's quite strong as well, I think, considering, you know, he doesn't have a huge stature. He's quite quick as well. He's got the physicality, and that's what you need in this division. For the Championship, it might be a different question, but in League One, you need physicality, and Luke O'Nien's got it, so that's why he gets in centre midfield for me. But as I think Dino's rightly say, you know, he's a utility player, so he's going to get used all over the place.
Right. Well, it was on about Rod Stewart and that Willis.
Willis Terry wanted in, you know.
Sorry, go on.
Apparently, McFadden and Winchester are almost ready to get into the team sheet for the weekend. I would rather play McFadden when he's fit and not bother with Wilkins at the moment, and keep Luke O'Nien in the centre midfield. I'd rather keep him there rather than having Luke O'Nien go back to left back.
Yeah, but we've said all season how, you know, would rather not. I mean, he played last year at left back, but we all wanted him in. We wanted him in midfield. But to be fair, he's still done a job at left back, hasn't he?
But didn't he not get slated?
He's probably better than McFadden and Vogans, but at the end of the day, he's going to be more effective in the centre of the park because, you know, for me, that's where you need someone who can get up and down the park with energy, help the defending and get forward as well.
Yeah, Dino?
Wait there, wasn't the mad mistake the one who was slating the fact that he had a midfielder playing left back? I'm sure Terry slated Luke O'Nien when he played left back because we got he shouldn't be playing there, but now we're all of a sudden want him to play like.
No, I don't. I just said it. I'd rather have McFadden at left back than Vogans and leave bloody Luke O'Nien centre of the park. I don't want Luke O'Nien as left back. I want him in the centre of the goddamn park. Simple as.
But Terry,
McFadden, who can actually get forward, who looks decent going forward, cannot defend, but Vogans cannot defend either, and he does look rubbish going forward.
Right, Jack wants in. He's desperate to get in.
You're on thin.
McFadden good. McFadden good. You want to play McFadden?
Have you seen Vogans on Tuesday? He was absolutely crap.
Oh, I'm not saying I think he was very good, but you can't put someone left back in the midfield. Look, in an ideal world, he gets in the middle of midfield, but he's a utility player, and we know he can play full back. And I'm not being funny when him and Ian Sanderson are both streets ahead of Vogans and McFadden. The longer we stick with, if Vogans' form continues, and this isn't just him, you know, having some problems settling in. If his form continues, we cannot play him on McFadden. We can't, because we're going to leak the goal every single game because of then. It's got to be O'Nien.
We know fine well that
it's got to be O'Nien and Sanderson.
We have no centre backs. Sanderson and Bailey Wright will be centre backs on Saturday.
Right,
well, exactly. Unfortunately, because of injuries, so we're going to have to put Luke O'Nien there. It's Luke O'Nien or McFadden, and I would rather have him actually do something defensively because McFadden does not look like a defender at all.
Right. Even if Vogans is left back, right, and keep Luke O'Nien the left side of midfield, Luke O'Nien could probably cover Vogans and help him, while he'll probably score a couple of goals and win the game.
Well, why not just stick him left back and then you don't have to have that problem anyway? You can play Jordan Jones.
You could even try and sort of, you know, what was it? Clone Luke O'Nien 11 times and put him all over the pitch.
If we could do that, right, I'm all for that idea, Terry.
11 Gary Rowells. Michael, you're desperate to get in there. Michael, go on.
When it comes to the left back situation, obviously I didn't see enough of Tuesday to make a comment, but apparently Vogans wasn't very good. I thought that he was poor against MK Dons, but being brutally honest, if I had to pick one of the two of them, I would God, okay. If I had to pick one of the two of them, I would pick Vogans only because there's a prospect of him getting better with the age that he is. McFadden has reached the level that he's probably going to stay at for the rest of his career. And I completely agree with Jack on McFadden. I think he is atrocious defensively. If you look at the second goal against Gillingham, McFadden wasn't tracking Jordan Graham to his right-hand side in the box. And if you look at, what was the other goal? The second one against Plymouth. McFadden let the ball come up. Both goals against Plymouth came down McFadden's side. He is awful. Going forward, he might have a half-decent dink ball against Plymouth where O'Brien scored, but there's no point in being half-decent going forward. When you're full back, you should be able to defend for me. There's absolutely no excuse for it.
Yeah.
So my long-term answer, when's Denver Hume coming back?
This is what we're trying to get to. But before we do, the man on thin ice, Dino, what you're trying to get in? Dino, just quickly before.
Go on, Philly.
Just
Go on.
quickly before you do, sorry. On the chat, Liam Younger says, Terry used to moan about him playing left back a few months ago. But Liam, Terry's already said he wants him in midfield. So there you have it. Dino, sorry, you want in there.
Yeah. Why do we always assume that a young player is going to improve? I mean, I've seen a lot of young players never improve in the slightest. I mean...
Yeah, there's a good chance he won't improve. I just think there's more of a chance of Vulcan's getting better than McFadzean at the moment. Doesn't mean I think he's going to get better.
I mean, did you see the same game as me? I thought Vulcan's was one of the, probably apart from Matthews, the worst player on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
Just very quickly, on the chat here, Sarah Batty wants to know what the finger thing is all about. Well, Sarah, what we do... What we do? Don't ask what me and no. Let's not lower this too low. What it is, Sarah, we have a little thing so we don't all talk over each other. All right. If somebody wants in, we do the finger, like that, however you want. So we know someone wants in. So that's
Dino.
Come on, Dino.
That's away. Right, listen, Michael's just sort of broached on this slightly. Jordan Willis expected to be out for the rest of the season with it's a knee injury and he's got. So I wanted to come on to Hume and Rod Stewart. How long off fit? Terry, you seem to know the details on that.
Well, I've heard Denver Hume's out for 2 months. Another 2 months for Denver Hume. And Stewart probably a couple of weeks, I think. Just a couple of weeks.
Brilliant.
Right. I thought it was closer than that. I didn't really see. I don't see a lot of the news because I'm a grafter and whatever, and I'm normally out grafting. So is that right? Do we all agree with that? Is it 2 months on you? Where have you heard that, Terry? That's not
Charlie.
when you've been doing the.
Wasn't it? Didn't Lee Johnson do some sort of update on Sunderland Echo, and he said Hume's out for 2 months?
I hope he's not out for 2 months, but if he is, then...
Lee Johnson said it's 2 months before he's back.
Dino likes that one.
I love it, mate.
I
would have preferred to see Hermes Driver, but
yeah,
can't put that on.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. You're Hermes person. So what about Rod Stewart? How desperate are we for him? Because O'Brien and Wyke are doing all right, I mean, are we desperate to get Rod Stewart in, Dino?
Yeah, because he's 6'4" or 6'3", so he's going to win headers. As like Charlie Wyke isn't exactly a target man. Rod Stewart is actually a target man, and I think with our style where we want to hit balls into the box, I think he's the perfect person to hit because he's just as tall as other centre backs, whereas Charlie Wyke isn't. So right. He's another option off the bench.
Right. So
better than Danny Graham.
Yeah, but the thing is it's all right saying he's 6'4", wherever he is, and he'll be good in the air. What's he going to be like on the ground? You get a lot of tall players who are not very good, Michael.
Sorry, I just wanted to read a comment from Bradley Young I think Dino's going to like. He's put, Amazon promoted, Hermes relegated.
Right.
The funny thing is that Hermes Driver came up to us the day and asked us for the number for Amazon to work for him. He had a Hermes Driver on.
Actually,
sorry, I had to read that.
Actually, while you're on, Dino, you couldn't send the number over for us as well. I mean, I don't want to slate the company I work for, but I'll tell you a little tale what happened to us today when we're off air. So where was Rod Stewart, Dodsey? Yeah, well, we call him Rod, don't we? I know it's Ross from Ross, but are you excited to see him? Do we need him, Dodsey?
I thought you were asking Michael.
I think he said
Dodsey.
Oh well. Anyway. Rod Stewart, I don't think we need him. I think O'Brien and Wyke are working quite well together at the moment. It's a two up front where Wyke's scoring a canny few goals, and I think that comes from O'Brien's dog work. The link-up play he has, he makes a lot of runs that create space. Very often he's at the start if our moves going forward. sometimes it cuts out the highlights because it's like early on. But you know, O'Brien is very often at the start of our attacks, and I think a lot of people are missing it just because he's not right at the end, the one sitting at the back of the net. But he's actually getting a couple of goals to his name now. So I'm looking forward to the partnership we're getting. Above all, right, we're scoring goals now. It's defensively that's the problem. If we could just like shut up shop and defend properly, we'll be winning every game because we're scoring 1 or 2 goals every game. So I think offensively we don't have much of a problem. I mean, it'll be nice to see him come in. And it's a different option, isn't it? You know, he's a bit more of a target man. He can win headers and be a bit more physical than Wyke is, because I think Wyke gets called a target man, but he's not really. It would be nice to see him come in, but I don't think we're absolutely desperate for anyone because we're scoring plenty of goals.
Right, Terry, you're one in there.
I just want to know in Dodsley's 4-3-3 formation, how do you think O'Brien and Wyke will work with the 4-3-3, and who's the other one at the top? If
we change to 4-3-3, then I would probably drop O'Brien out of that. It's just while we're playing 2 up top, I like the idea of having O'Brien and Wyke together. But to play 4-3-3, you need 2 wingers, and to me, O'Brien, he's just not quick enough to be a winger.
Wingers Jones and McGeady, or just Jones and somebody else?
Jones and Gooch for me. I think McGeady's dropping off a little bit. I don't think he's quite recovered that kind of pre-Parkinson form yet. I've noticed he is starting to get a little bit better. I'm putting it down to fitness, to be honest. I don't think he's quite regained his fitness that he had beforehand. As I say, under Jack Ross mainly, because of the way his careers went. But I think I prefer Gooch. I just think he's a little bit younger. He's a bit more agile, and he can do a bit more run. He can come into the midfield if you want as well. If you're trying to see a game out.
And I take you saying that Rod Stewart and Wyke are too similar to have up front together anyway. Yes.
Yeah, I think I might have said that before, but I just think you can't have the 2 of them up front together.
Sorry. Right, Michael, you're one in there.
Well, 2 things. First of all, let's read a comment from Matthew Little. Just I think it'd be a good gesture. He said, "Can I have a shout out for a bloke called Frankie whose funeral it was today? He was a die-hard Sunderland fan, and apparently Kevin Ball and Gary Bennett attended in Horden. Apparently he was a loved Sunderland fan, so rest in peace, mate."
All right.
The second thing is when you look at the wingers we've got, if you're going for a 4-3-3, for me, my starting 2 would be McGeady and Jones. I think they're the 2 wingers at the minute that are most likely to try and make something happen. I think Gooch, while I do appreciate Gooch's work rate, and I can't fault him for that, I think it's almost second to none in the team. He's also at the same time for me an incredibly frustrating player. His decision making is questionable, but you know, obviously if his decision making was good, he probably wouldn't be with us. He'd probably be or at least he wouldn't be in League One. I think Gooch, if you're going to start McGee and Jones alongside Wyke as a front, because I agree with Jack about O'Brien. I don't know whether O'Brien could participate in a front 3 as much, because I think that he'd have to do a lot more running on either wing, because even in this 4-2-2 formation, you've got 2 players right behind the front 2 who could support and go forward. With McGeady and Jones, I don't know, I just think that is a creative winger 2 alongside Wyke. But as well, you've got Gooch and Diamond who could both come on later on in a game when the game is going to be more stretched, or when the opposition is going to be more tired. That's just personally what I would do. I know Jack was waving a finger, saying he was. I'm waiting for him to see if he disagrees.
Yeah, I just think that if you do play 4-3-3, there's a risk that you can get slightly exposed in midfield, because you only got 3 centre midfielders. I know. I'm saying we should play it like, but even still, there is that risk. But if you have a player like Gooch, who does tend to do a lot of tracking back, and he is quick enough to get back, and he's good enough on the ball to just drop into midfield. He might just be able to do a little bit more of a job defensively, where you're never going to get that from McGeady. And that's not me criticising McGeady for doing it. Philly, I can see you trying to get us to shut up.
I need to. We've got just a few minutes left. We haven't even mentioned Doncaster yet. Very quickly, Terry, and then we can get on to Donny.
I just felt on Tuesday McGeady looked tired. I think McGeady's probably more beneficial if he plays 1 match, then maybe he rests a match, then plays a match with his age. Maybe he comes off the bench.
That's good. If you've got those options, you can rotate.
Yeah, that's what I think. I just thought he looked tired. I thought he was great on Saturday, but I just thought on Tuesday he looked really tired.
Lads, can I just
could be
Donny? Good thing though, salary caps abolished. Get in.
Bit late, though, isn't it?
Oh no,
yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah. I just want to quickly say we're 15 likes away from 100, and we always like to get 100 on this one. So 160 still watching the stream. Just hit the like button, the thumbs up. Let's get to 100 and do that. Right.
Billy.
Yes, sorry.
I got a world record on Tuesday night. I had 100 likes in 2 minutes of starting.
Christ, that is impressive.
I heard a burst your
200
bubble,
by
but,
half time.
yeah, we had 250 in the first 30 seconds on ours. So
Phil was like, please give her likes, please.
right, listen. Right, Doncaster on Saturday, and we're all going. I mean, they are flying, but they slipped up midweek, didn't they? They lost to.
So did we.
All right. Oh, thanks, Dino. Cheers. If anybody can bring the mood down, I'm trying to big it up and what have you. And I was going to say, you know, we tend to do better anyway against the better teams. We do all right. So, and they've had a little slip up, and I know we're at home, but Doncaster, I just basically need to take a quick, because we're right out of time, to be honest. So I need to take a score prediction. And I want to know if you're confident, but keep it brief. Mad mistake? We're not going to lose, are we? What's he doing now? Really? Oh, things are not looking good.
First time, and God knows I don't even know how long, I feel completely sick as a skinny chip. I'm absolutely got no confidence at all at this weekend's game if he plays 4-2-2-2.
Terry, all the time I've known you, you've never said a Sunderland defeat.
Doing that live stream Tuesday night, that absolutely ruined me. I was broken. I was a broken man at the end of that game. I never watched so much garbage in my life. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I could not believe. There was no team ethic at all.
Well, I've got to say, also on the chat coming through, there's a lot of people saying 2-1 to Donny, 1-1. There's only Acacia Cameron Jude, who we love to death, saying a 2-1 win to us. We're taking predictions. Dino, Saturday, Sunderland versus Doncaster. What do you reckon?
We're going to have to just turn around and just take an absolute abomination. I think it's going to be 3-1 Doncaster.
You are joking me. God. Well, no, it's not something I didn't expect from you, Dino, but never mind.
Oh, cheers.
Michael Bowers, what do you think for Saturday?
I'll just quickly read something here. Thane SAFC put Sunderland 0, Donny 0, and that's being generous. It says a lot when 0-0 against Doncaster Rover is generous for Sunderland. Unfortunately, that's the league. I think it depends on the application we've got both teams put into it. Doncaster might want a reaction from midweek, so yeah, you're not going to like mine either. 2-0 Donny, same as Terry.
God, honestly, man.
Jackie's relying on you for positivity, yeah.
Well, you're relying on the wrong person, like, because
Dodsey, what do you think? Go on.
They are in red hot form. They slipped up midweek again, when as Dino said, like, so did we. And I think, to be honest, that could even just fire them up even more. I think we need to bounce back and do this. So I'm going to go with Doncaster a 2-1 loss.
You negative, you so negative. Absolutely. You give me and you be negative as well.
Are you saying he's taking your crown?
No, he's just negative. He always gives me stick for being negative, and he's just done exactly the same. Negative person.
Well, your
middle name is Dominator, man.
Whoa. Right, listen, somebody on the chat said 4-0 to Doncaster, but then somebody's also said 4-2 to Sunderland. So, right, listen.
Oh, it was his name way Philly.
I'm going to go with a 1-0 Sunderland win. I don't think it's going to be a hard game. I think they'll be fairly evenly matched, and I just think one goal is going to win it either way. But I'm not going to say it's going to go to them. So for me, a 1-0 win to Sunderland, and mad mistake back in there.
I'm just going for reverse psychology. I mean, I think I want to speak for us on the channel. We all wish Jordan Willis a speedy recovery, because 6 months out,
absolutely,
it's a disaster. It's an awful injury.
Yep. Right. Well, look, we've run out of time, and I've got to say, massive apology for my crap internet. I'll be on to BT tomorrow and have a chat with them. So that's why I was late. Thank you very much for tuning in. We got our 106 likes. Woo! Get in.
There you go.
Thanks for watching. We will be back with a live stream of the game against Doncaster on Saturday. Please tune in for that. And we're also back for our regular edition of the Sunday Bunch. And CONRAD will be back with us. And I'm sure Jacob will be kicking about somewhere as well. So that's all good news. So from myself, Philly, from CONRAD's son.
I think I'm getting called CONRAD's son on the live chat. No idea why.
Basically, I think CONRAD's just said, I think Jack would be lucky to grow up and look like me or something like that.
All right, there you go. So from Jack, from Michael Bowers, from The Mad Mistake, and from Dino, we just want to say thanks for tuning in and keep supporting SAFC Fan TV. And we will see you again soon. Bye.
Every time.
Every time he gets us all the time.